Ask the Expert yesterday is the founder and owner of Kirk Chiropractic, Dr. Mark Kirk. Welcome to my show, Dr. Kirk.
Thanks for having me, Mithun. Glad to be here.
You're welcome. What types of student athletes do you treat?
Well, I started off my career as a team physician for the University of Findlay. And while there, I worked with an amazing sports medicine department that included athletic trainers, physicians, and orthopedic surgeons. And while I was working with the university, I helped to cover over 24 varsity athletic programs, including Division I men's and women's hockey team, as well as the equestrian program. So I covered all of that for about 20 years. As word got out, I started seeing many of the area high school athletes, and things just kind of started to snowball from there. And now we treat many levels of athletes that are ranging in ages from grade school through high school. And we have a great time working with the athletic population here and student athletes.
Mm-hmm. What are some examples of high school football players you have treated?
Well, like I said, we've covered just about every sport at the high school level. Seen student athletes from most of our local community or county schools, as well as Findlay High School. Typical football injuries that we see include training injuries, rolled ankles. We also see low back injuries, common collision sport type of injuries. We've even helped to manage concussion type injuries, down to simple strains of muscles and tendonitis type of injuries. So we pretty much cover the gamut there.
Okay. What are some examples of student soccer players you have treated?
Well, I treat a lot of soccer players. Soccer is actually a relatively high injury sport, actually higher than what a lot of people think it is. In soccer, we see a lot of sprained ankles, hip strains, knee injuries, neck injuries, and again, concussions are quite common in soccer. Probably the soccer athlete that I've treated the most is my daughter, who played for the Pacesetter national team and then also Findlay High School, and now plays in the collegiate level at Ohio Dominican. And she's pretty much experienced just about every type of injury there is. So she's given me a lot of practice there.
Mm-hmm. Can chiropractic treatments also prevent injuries in athletes?
That's actually a really good question. Professional athletes have been using chiropractic care as a way to prevent injuries and maximize performance going back to the 80s. Okay. Currently, every one of the 32 NFL teams and most of the NBA teams have chiropractors on staff. These teams invest a lot of money in their players, and they want to take every advantage to improve the performance and decrease the risk of the injury to their players. You may know a guy by the name of Tom Brady. You know, he's just the oldest guy ever to win a Super Bowl, right? And he's been touting the benefits of chiropractic care for years. And the biggest thing is we offer the ability to identify structural abnormalities, muscle imbalances, and weaknesses that can lead to injuries when put under the rigors and the stresses that are associated with athletics and training. So we're constantly looking to improve the athlete's flexibility and range of motion, and thus help to decrease the risk of injury for the athlete.
Mm-hmm. If people would like to learn more about your practice or set up an appointment, what can they do?
Well, that's pretty easy. They can visit my website. It's Kirk Chiro, K-I-R-K, and then CHIRO.com. There's a lot of really good information on our website, or they can call the office directly. Our office number is 419-425-9798. We've got 3 chiropractors on staff, so typically we can get folks in pretty quickly.
Thank you for being my guest today.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure, and thank you for having me, Mithun.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
This is Mithun Ramesh reporting for the Findlay Digital Media Club.